Yo, what's good, people? Welcome back to another Deep Tempo podcast, your show dedicated to bringing you the latest and greatest dubstep / 140 tunes. If you're new around here, my name's Sibo, aka the Roving Dread, and unfortunately today, peeps, my co-host, Mr. DJ Cutter, could not join us today. It's one of those occasions, fam, where, to be honest, you just have to keep it real and say sometimes there's more important things in life. And unfortunately, not just Mr. Cutter, Mr. Todd Jones Cutter, but his family, and not just any family, actually, the Shabambos, we should say. That's Todd's sister and his brother-in-law, Emily and Shane Shabambo. All the regulars, those of you who've been watching and following along and supporting the Deep Tempo podcast for a long time will know. They've been hosting us at the Shabambo Shack, where we've hosted our dub specials. We presented those to you. We've had a whole bunch of fun. We've had friends and family in those videos. They're going through one of the most difficult circumstances that life could throw at you. That's all I'm really going to say on the matter. Those of you who probably followed us for a long time, follow us personally, as well as the Deep Tempo accounts, obviously online. Those who follow Todd, obviously specifically, might have seen some of the news. When he's back, I'm sure he is going to be back for the next show, peeps. Maybe we'll speak on that more. Maybe he will mention it some more. But what I want to do, all I want to ask of you, is if you're watching this, and you love us, you love the show, you love the Shabambos for allowing us, to host those dub specials in their garden, then I just want you to comment down below, and just send in some love towards Todd, Mr. Jones Cutter, and the Shabambos, obviously, in these current times. Todd, as you will know, has held it down for me a whole bunch with the podcast. He's done a whole load of these solo, talking to the camera podcasts when I've been off in Asia, probably maybe once or twice when I've had difficult times in life. But for the first time in 5 years, I'm having to talk on the mic to the camera by myself for a show. I think the last time I had to do one, Todd was just on holiday, but I decided to do a mix and say very little because that's just more my style. But I don't have time to put a mix together with brand new tunes that some literally one tune just came in half an hour before I was setting up to record. The others have come in the last few weeks. And so maybe we've been sat on for a while, but I just haven't played or don't know as well. So I'm not just going to mix and clang and make a shit here, all over the place mix. I thought, you know what, I'll just do it Todd style. In honor of Todd, I'm going to stand here by myself chatting shit. It's probably going to be the shortest podcast for a while. Maybe I think the only time we've done 1 hour and 1 hour, maybe hour and a half ones is when we've recorded in a rush before going off to a show or traveling or something like that together. And maybe in the earlier days, actually, when we were obviously receiving a lot less music and buying all the music. Of course, we've discovered a whole bunch of new artists, and we've got brand new artists on the show for you today. But yes, make sure you comment down below wherever you are, YouTube, SoundCloud, all those other random podcast apps and that. Just comment down below. Send Cutter some love on the social posts for the clips on social media. If you see any clips going out on Instagram, just tag Cutter in the comments and just give him some love. Tell him we're missing you, man. I'm missing him. That's because, I know this show is going to be a struggle without him. I haven't got anyone to fill in the gaps when I need to think, when I need to read the notes and whatnot. But I got about 12 tunes, I think, plus an outro to feature for you today. Couple new names to the show as well, maybe 1 or 2 new labels, which will be interesting. A couple I don't know as much about. They've just come in, obviously. This last couple of weeks for us, it's been hectic, and sets coming up, which we're going to talk about next week, is busy. Cutter will be joining me for those. Actually, do you know what? Let's start there. Let's start on the events that we got coming up. I'm recording here on a Wednesday night when the podcast would normally be going out. That's how crazy life has been. But this will be going out tomorrow on Thursday. So in 1 week's time, minus 1 day, next week, Wednesday, basically, we are playing NLDC for the first time here in London. That is, the free monthly event that you've probably seen, if you're not in London, don't live in London, or even if you're outside of the UK, you've probably been seeing it popping up on your socials. But yeah, it's like the noisiest vehicle going by. Yeah, the event's been going now for a little over a year, I think. I've been to a whole bunch of them. I've actually lost count, maybe 6 now, 7, I don't know. Some I've just popped to for the last couple of hours just because certain artists have been on and I've been busy trying to get out from work. But yeah, I even photographed one for the latest zine, which I think was the 4th zine. I mean, I dropped 4 and 5 at the same time, but so it's in either of those. I believe it's the 4th one. And that was when Dusk and Black Down were kind of, I guess, headlining that one. They brought out all their old dub plates from back in the day, and that was a sick one. My first one to reach. Since then, I've seen some amazing sets at NLDC just off the top of my head. Sessman, of course, coming back. Haven't seen him play for ages. Tunic was over from America. I think he was traveling in Europe actually and just happened to pop over. WZ, but plus a bunch of, the local, more regular London faces. So Rizla T, Fearless Dread. I didn't manage to make it to the Vivek one, which was last, unfortunately. Anyway, next week, we have a stacked lineup. You've got Madam X, you've got D2 coming, Lost, J Carter, your Deep Tempo Boys, and Skardoggy and Sir Ebro as well. So Dalston Den, it's on the 7th of August. That's the Wednesday. It's 7 till 2 a.m. It's free entry. If you're in London or you want to travel in, then come along. It's a fun one every single time. Hope everyone's still got minerals from the, Outlook Festival crew. Had a bit of FOMO, could see the stories. Looked like a large one this year, to be fair. I know since COVID obviously coming back for all festivals, like we played the first year that Outlook came back in the COVID year, and it was a bit of a quieter down year, and they've been slowly building back. So Outlook's like the main thing we've got as dubsteppers here in Europe, festival wise. Obviously, in terms of it being like one of the main features of the festival, you have Boomtown and Glastonbury now, and some of the smaller festivals. But I feel like Outlook festival wise is still the home for dubstep here in Europe anyway. But yes, Wednesday night at NLDC. And then the next morning, me, Todd, and Logan are flying off to Budapest again. I say again, not with Logan. This is the first time with Logan, but me and Todd have obviously been there a couple of times now together. We are playing Szigets Festival, and that's going to be with the Azan bass crew. We have to thank our brethrens, Sadik and Zosha. They're the Hungarian dons who, we had over here for Frozen Plates, to part of the Frozen Plates family. And yeah, we're playing on Thursday night. So I think we're the three of us, I can't remember the set times, but we're between like midnight till 3:15 in the morning. And that's on the Drop Yard stage. Festival's massive. I kind of wish we were going for the whole thing. Not that I really care about like some of the headliners, the likes of, the Sam Smiths and whatnot. That's not really my kind of music. I can appreciate what, their talents. But, you've got Fred again, Stormzy. There's a whole Fortets there as well. There's a whole bunch of different artists. I know on the Drop Yard stage, unfortunately not on the same day as us, but at some point in the week, P Money is playing on that stage as well. But the Drop Yard in the daytime is like hosting like like breakdance competitions or b-boy competitions, and a whole bunch of hip hop workshops and stuff. So I think there's like DJing, scratching workshops, dance workshops, all kinds of different dance styles actually. And it's kind of like the stage where like you'll find hip hop, dub, reggae, that kind of sound. So hopefully they'll appreciate what we'll be bringing, kind of like the midnight bass session into the early hours of the morning, which proper looking forward to. But it is just a one night trip for us. We're flying like early Thursday morning, so we won't get much sleep after the NRDC night, and then we'll be going through all the way through Thursday, try and get to see as much of the Szigets Festival as possible, hopefully vlog that, capture it, and then we'll be straight back on our flight Friday and chill out, relax, recover on the weekend, of course. But let us know, comment down below. A few people A couple of people commented on our post, you know, saying congratulations and whatnot. So big up, because, you know, me and Cutter, I think for a lot of us dubsteppers, to be fair, there are a few who are kind of in that festival network, maybe because of their connections, maybe they're just doing homie stuff because someone's managing a stage or whatnot. But for the most part, a lot of us are more wrapped up in club season here in, you know, in Europe anyway. And then, you know, we will go a bit quiet during the summer, especially more our style of music anyway. But hopefully that changes slowly over time for the I say the broader scene, not just like the select few, the kind of headliner names that are always getting booked. So yeah, looking forward to that. In other news, before we get into the music, I've got to just do the usual quick ones. Shout out a couple of heads who've done guest mixes for us. First up, since the last podcast, we had Skurd come through. She is from Canada. I believe she's Vancouver based over those sides. She made a 1 hour mix for us. That went out about 9-10 days ago, and then literally just dropped tonight. We pushed out the Greys. You should know the Greys. He's been around for a very long time. The guy masters a lot of tunes for Half the Scenes as well. He's got an absolutely stacked guest mix for us, just like full of dubs, bunch of tunes that we've got as well, that I don't know how many of them are out there ID wise. I know obviously in other guest mix series and radio stations that a fair few of them probably have, but there was a couple in there that I was like, oh shit, I ain't heard that one yet. So we'll be probably pestering those artists for the one or two that we're after. But definitely go check that out. That's over on our SoundCloud, soundcloud.com/deeptempo140 to find us on most social medias. You'll find that and of course, just before we get into the tunes, I've got to big up our patrons, man. I nearly forgot to put this in the notes and do it. Todd always reminds me. But we've had a whole bunch. I've got to say, like, especially last month, with everything that's been going on and whatnot, it's just been really nice to just see patrons, like new people kind of like popping up and supporting us, even though we haven't been doing a whole lot of shouting about it. But yeah, I really appreciate y'all. We obviously had, before I do shout out the names quickly, we had the Extra tune go out. That seems to have gone down well, the Patreon exclusive tune. We'll have another one for you in August at some point, so keep a lookout for that. Maybe that'll get featured in next month's podcast. Yeah, always trying to keep at least one tune a month. And obviously, those who are on the higher tiers and whatnot get the exclusive features that I do after this podcast finishes. I haven't even selected those tunes yet. That's how last minute this one's come together. And what else was I going to say? Yeah, they get our mixes that we record live. So if you are from outside of the UK, or you're not in the cities that we often play in, then you can support us on Patreon, for a couple quid a month. I think the lowest tier is £1.40 or $1.40. And then, yeah, you get access to some of our extra content on there, and we really appreciate everyone. So I'm going to just shout out some of the ones that have signed up here sort of through July that I don't think we would have shouted out on the last podcast. But yeah, we had Tinky. You're the latest, bro. I seen you pop up, was it yesterday or the day before? Thank you, bro. Really appreciate you supporting us. And then Andrew Martinez. We've had Vincent Seeger. I'm probably butchering this. I don't even have Todd to back me up. We had Eeks. Big up yourself, bro, because I know you've been sending us tunes over a long time as well. Ed Lloyd. We had Dark Eye. I swear you were already signed up. Would you re-sign up or follow us for free? I don't know, bro. You can follow us on Patreon for free, by the way. Patreon have changed their model, and we do sometimes just post our public news that we would elsewhere. And Patreon's not one of these shit feeds where you don't get the content from the artists that you want to support and follow. If you follow someone, you will get notified and you will see what they post about. They don't have this kind of mad algorithm. It's just timeline based, which we all wish we had across all the apps. Who did I miss there? Shizaru, Zoe. Zoe Shiz. Oh, is that are you the Brooklyn? Zoe Shiz. Oh, I need to message you. You the one who hosts those Tsunami Bass things, or am I thinking the wrong person? And then Sasha Merzian and Dakota McFadden. I think I did you last one, Dakota, but there you go, you get another shout out. But big up everyone else who's supporting, who's following along, who's been supporting us for a long time, who's already had their previous shout outs. if you'd like to go check out the tiers, exactly what you get. Obviously we have, like discount on merch for the top tiers and whatnot, as well as some extra content. Talking of which, I think since the last podcast, actually, we had one of the new t-shirts. We've actually got, comes on a hoodie as well, this design. I'm holding out for the camera right now if you are just listening to the audio podcast. The new t-shirt and hoodie is up, and to be honest, we're going to have some new stuff up in the next couple of weeks as well. I was hoping to have them out already, but we just slow things down again. Our sort of international provider, our new like print on demand company that we're using, have just dropped some new stock that's available now in the UK, because it was available elsewhere. But the stock we choose needs to be available in all the countries we typically sell to, obviously, because I don't want to put up one design and say this is only available for US people, or this is only available to people in the EU. That's the problem with our base. It's a good problem to have, but we have to kind of find the stock that is everywhere and works and is to our kind of standards as well. So I think there might be a new t-shirt cut that I'm even more. It looks maybe more impressive. So hopefully once I've had the sample, I'm gonna sort all that out. All this stuff is going on in the background forever. And one more thing I need to cover before I play the tune. I can't believe I spoke this long by myself. I can confirm, people, the order for Zine 6, the 140 Zine. I'm actually repping the t-shirt, the merch for the first issue. I'm trying to remember. It's the first one, wasn't it, with Karma on the back. I can confirm that the order is in for the next zine. So it is definitely landing. It's happening here in August. I'm finally getting this one out. I'm really excited by the project that I'm releasing with this first magazine. This magazine, sixth one. It's something completely new. More on that in the next podcast. I'm sure I'll be talking about a whole bunch with BUKKHA. Thank God I won't be doing this by myself again. But that's it. That's all the news, man. Like I said, comment down below. Let us know your favorites as you go along. Make sure you're following, subscribing, supporting. We appreciate you. However, even if it's not monetarily, just by watching our content, sharing it with your friends and whatnot is a massive, massive help to us. And big up yourselves for being here. Shall we get in some tunes? Shall we do it? I think I've already got the first one loaded up. Right. First up, we have Joey Darker. And this one is straight Gas Nobody. Or is it just Gas Nobody, actually? I forget. I feel like the track name maybe have changed. I think it's just Nobody, the track. On the A side, this is forthcoming on none other than Frozen Plates. So it's the perfect time to feature this. I thought, why not start the show with it? Check this one out. Joey Darker, Nobody. This one coming on Frozen Plates. I'll give you the date and the information afterwards. Let's go.
The most important thing in business is honesty, integrity, hard work, family. Never forgetting where we came from. So you are what you are. It's either one or two things. Either you're somebody, you're nobody. Where's my money? Red Top gave you the package. He's supposed to hand me my money. Here's a jar right here, 20%. Is that the jar? So you are what you are.
jeez. Gonna start that while I'm here by myself. Do a thought, just jeez, every single tune, man. But seriously, that one brings back some memories. It's weird to say this when we're playing tunes out that are obviously fresh to a lot of the listeners, those of you, you know, who maybe not, you know, privy to everything, all the tunes that are going on, or should say have caught our sets, because this tune for a while, this Gas Nobody tune by Joey Darker, I remember him resharing it because there was clips of me playing it. I mean, I've played this tune on Ray's sound system a couple of times. Was it even late last year? It was like probably the year before last as well. I've been playing it for quite a while. I forget how long it's been signed to Frozen Plates for. But I remember just having a conversation with him at the time, because the warmth on this sub, like when you hear it on a proper sound system, is unreal. Like it is eyeball rattling in the best possible way. It's just incredible pressure. And I remember, I think once we got like the final master for it as well, it's just like, man, this is just unreal. I need to make sure I shout out the B side of this track as well, DNS Seismic, because it's an absolute weapon, that tune. Proper wobbler. I think a lot of people will buy this record just because of that tune as well. It's just that my style, my kind of selection, this tune is fitted in my sets a whole bunch. I've played it, I mean, I've been in a bunch of back-to-backs as well, where I just needed like the perfect vibe, and I thought the amount of times I drew for this tune, because it just mixed so much into it and out of it, that I just got really comfortable with it. And I love those tunes, and so I can't wait to get my hands on a copy of this as well. I have to cut Frozen Plates. Got to say, make sure I relay all the information properly for Peter. This is going to be 10-inch pressed record, this one as well, not lathe cut. It's the first of the now pressed records that are coming on Frozen Plates. I don't think he's going to be doing lathe cuts anymore, or that's not the plan to anyway. So it's limited to 100 copies. There's going to be 30 artwork sleeves, like special artwork sleeves, as you know, Frozen Plates quite often does. The rest will be like the typical like white label Frozen Plate stamped records. And I think the release date for this is the 9th of August. It will be at 10 p.m. CET time. That's Budapest time. Of course, you'll need to go and do the conversion for wherever you're living. For that one, get your notifications on, go follow Frozen Plates over on Instagram. Of course, it'll be on Frozen Plates Big Cartel. It's not via Bandcamp, it's not via any other web store. You need to go directly to Peter at Frozen Plates Big Cartel. That will all be linked in their social media, yeah? So keep a lookout for that. Look out for a clip of the DNS Seismic tune as well. It's just one of those crazy fucking wobblers, which we've got a couple more of in this show, which is probably why I leaned even like more into starting with this one, especially kicking it off for the show. I don't want to just go absolutely fucking mental straight in. If Todd was here, we probably would. We probably would. Or play both at least. But yeah, big up Frozen Plates, man. Big up Mr. Peter Frozen Plates. Mr. Frozen Dub, I should say. Going to be seeing him on Thursday as well. He's coming along for the ride, of course, to Skets, man. We're going to have a sick time. I'm looking forward to catching up with him, because last time we've seen him was, November, obviously, here for the Frozen Plate night in Brixton. With a few of the heads, a couple of which, that's really weird. I probably should have put them next, but they're not next. Featured in the show, and you'll probably see their name in the title of the track and the track list anyway. But next up, we are gonna touch down with Bass Come Save Me Records, or as it's sometimes abbreviated online, you will see is the BCSM Records. And this artist, Seahorse, has come back to Bass Come Save Me. This is number 12 on their release as well, I believe, also coming on vinyl. 4-track EP. You've got Black Hole, Dirty Melodica, which looks like the one we're going to play for you. I did have a brief listen to these. I've started the ones we're going to play. I'm there like trying to remember which one I selected. Music is Music and Talking Bass are the other 2 tracks. More on this, on the information, dates, and all that on the flip. Check this one out by Seahorse. It is called Dirty Melodica. Nice. What do you think of that, peeps? What do you think about that? Comment down below. Do you know why I picked that tune of the 4 tracks? I remember now. You might recognize. I don't know. Someone will have to comment down below and tell me whether you think it's just a coincidence, or has it been, a new sample packs dropped or something like that. Someone's took it. It sounds as though maybe Seahorse has cut it up or changed it a little bit more. I forgot to go and get the tune up and re-listen to it before the show, because I was in a rush getting it together and trying to get this recorded before it was too late. But Trace's latest release on Zamzam, the 2-tracker, I believe it was the was it A or the B side, whichever side it was, the track Listen anyway. That's the one I was playing out quite a bit from that release when we first got the promo for it. And yeah, there's a little similar sample there, or kind of keys. So I'm wondering, is that just the case? We get this quite a bit, those who maybe use something that's quite popular off Splice, that's new, that's dropped, and often we don't know this until we start hearing the second tracks come in. Sometimes it happens way later, years later actually. I believe Double Means had a release very recently, maybe the last one or the one before that. He had sent a tune for us, and the sample, I remember it was off a really big tune, a cartridge tune, but at the time actually I couldn't remember what that tune was, where it's from. I was just like, I know this, where's this sound from? And it was Todd, actually. It was Kurt who I think told me, like, he was like, yeah, it's this tune. And he's the one who told me. And I've forgotten even now, because this conversation was months and months ago, probably last year. But that tune's just dropped recently, I think. So, I mean, these things happen. So I think that's one of the many reasons quite a lot of the dons who've been doing this a long time, who kind of like the hardware geeks and whatnot, love creating their own stuff because they never want this kind of thing. But I think, you know, in the age of sampling, there's so many sick artists and producers who are amazing samplers, like in the dubstep scene. I just think of people like Bengal Sounds and whatnot, who are, you know, digging and grabbing stuff that's like really unique. And then I think even before dubstep, all my love of jungle and drum and bass, sound system music, especially a lot of hip hop anyway. Samplers, man, some of the best samplers in the world. So it really depends on what you do with it, how creative you are with those samples, man. But yeah, let me know. Go check out the Traces Listen tune. But I thought it was interesting because if you couldn't get that tune, obviously they're not the same. What Seahorse has done with it is completely different anyway. Even if it might just be a coincidence. But because the Zamzam releases are vinyl only, only those of us who are in the sort of like promo world are blessed with the digital files of these tracks. If you couldn't get that one on Digi, but you'd like it, something of that kind of flavor, a little bit similar, check out this release, man. And remember, this one is on vinyl as well. And do go check out the other tracks because there's some sick ones on there, man. Bass Come Save Me, the pre-release. To get this release, you need to go direct to Bass Come Save Me's website, which is basscomesaveme.de/shop. Or you go to the Bass Come Save Me Bandcamp to go get that on the 2nd of August, yeah? So that's not tomorrow, that's Friday. That's this Friday. Rest of those shops, like worldwide, where you'll be able to go get this one is the 30th of August. So to get it, you got to go direct to them for a month, which I think is a good way of doing it. Quite a lot of labels are following this pattern now because why not support them directly? Next up, keeping it moving, talking of that Frozen Plates night that I started mentioning, actually now we're going to get to back-to-back artists that were a part of that night that are now a part of this podcast with their latest releases. These guys, they are prolific, they're always working, man. And the first one up is Substrada, man like Substrada. So yeah, I went back-to-back with Substrada on that Deep Tempo Times Frozen Plates night. It was a hell of a lot of fun, man. I think it's one of those, like, he came with a lot of new beats. I think they're still dubs or any of those. Maybe one of those was like fresh at that time that's on here now. Some of these have signed from previous to that, obviously. But he still sounds some mad shit, which I'm sure a whole bunch of is already signed or he's planning on doing stuff with, obviously with the Belgian crew, with his boys Exta and 11th Hour. But talking of which, he has a collab on this project with Exta called Fat Boy. That tune is fucking huge. Love that one. Me and Todd have played that one a bunch. You've got Rift and you've got Molten Echoes, and then Toxic Deluge is the vinyl only track for this one. Coming on Infernal Sounds. Did I say Locus Sound? I might have said that at the start. I don't know. That's because that's next. But this one is on Infernal Sounds. It's Infernal Sounds Limited 003. Toxic Deluge, the vinyl only tune. And then there's a Digi special, which is called Dream Devourer. This one's released on the 30th of August. I've played these tunes a whole bunch as well. You might recognize this one. I'm pretty sure it was the Give It Dub mix, which me and Cutter played over. That was in Nijmegen for Give It Dub. That was like their second or third to last show. Obviously, they had the massive one earlier this year, signing off after like 15 years of running the night. So big up to the Give It Dub crew again, should they be listening or anyone being able to pass on the message to them. But yeah, check this one out. Huge tune, man. Dirty. I was just thinking, you know, I think that might have been the tune that Todd wheels up during the mix, man. Like I'm mixing and I drop it. I swear I've got plans, like, or I'm still playing something and I'm like doubling it, and he just like wheels up the one deck and I have to like grab the other one. You know what it's like when there's chaos in the fucking chaos in the event, man. It's just sometimes you just gotta go with the energy. And I was like, wow, shit, that shit's not getting done. Whatever I'd planned with it, it might not be that tune, but I'm pretty sure it was. I was gonna do something that was fucking buzzing, especially because the mix was getting recorded as well. I was like, yeah, let's get this little double in. But that was a while ago now. Well, last year, like probably I think it was like April time. It was super busy when I got back from Asia and then had a whole run of bloody shows. But yeah, big up Substrada, man, for that one. Toxic Deluge, yeah, the vinyl only one. So if you want to get that tune, you gotta go cop the vinyl, yeah. And if you want the other tunes, go check them out. I'm guessing that Digi exclusive one. I'm guessing you just get that if you buy the vinyl. Does that mean the other 4 tracks are available, Digi? I'm not even sure, you know. I'm gonna have to check on this myself. I'm guessing the EP, there's a digital version of it where you get Molten Echoes, Rift, Extern, Substrada, Fatboy, and then the 4th tune's like, or 5th tune, shall we say, is like the Digi special. Have a look. Head over to Infernal Sounds Bandcamp, yeah, to double check all of that. The release date, 30th of August, as we said, yeah, for that one. Trust me, yeah, though, the Fatboy tune, proper stomper that beat is, with the Extra and Substrada collab. Go check it out. Do not sleep on that one. Next up, now we're with Locus Sound, yeah. Shout out Archie, Locus Sound. He won the competition actually. So we had what do we have? We had a secret competition. We had a breadcrumb in the podcast where we basically just said, if you've got this far, if you've caught this in the podcast, whoever comments down first, you win one of our deep tempo caps. You can find those. We have the 5-panel snapbacks as well as the like dad caps, the curvy ones. I don't know what they're labeled dad caps. I don't know what else you called them. Just regular baseball caps, I guess. But yeah, Archie was the first one to listen to the pod and catch that bit in it, which obviously within 2 hours is just, you know, so that's why you got to tune in, peeps. That's why you got to listen through the whole thing. Don't go skipping ahead, because you never know, we might have another breadcrumb in the future. I might say to Cuts, you know what, we'll throw one in the next show, probably because we will have a bunch of new merch and zine stuff out there, and maybe we'll do something around that in the next podcast. So keep a lookout. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie to you, there's no breadcrumb in this episode because I've had no time to. There's no competition, but wouldn't. Yeah, I haven't had time, but we'll sort one out for the next show. But Locus Sound coming with Pharma again. These tunes, man. Pharma is just. It's my favorites, Todd's favorites, our favorites at the moment. He's absolutely killing it. The guy does not get enough love for just how sick and talented he is. Not just as a producer, either as a DJ. The guy is fucking bad boy. And I know you were in Outlook, bro, if you're listening. So I hope you had a sick time. Looks like you and Sedan were, ballers roaming around. I might have even caught you in someone else's video on stories as well somewhere, just enjoying yourselves. But yeah, this one's Locus Sound, 33, 4 tracks. You've got Wait There, Swan Talk, Back Off, and Digits as the 4th track. I'm not sure. I think between me and Todd, we've played every single one of these tracks in some set somewhere. Some will be recorded, maybe some weren't online. But we're going to play this track here called Digits. Where's another? I need to find the right tune. Have I even loaded it up? The release date for this one is the 23rd of August. I was trying to. So you need to go, but keep a lookout. Like with all these labels, peeps, that pre-orders and stuff are up there for that. But check this tune, absolutely naughty. I've been playing this one a whole bunch. I know. Last few shows I've been having it in there. You'll recognize it if you've been to any of them. basically played the whole tune there. I didn't mean to do that, but hey, when you're enjoying yourself, man, there's just so many fucking layers to that beat, man. The changes down like that last section when you got like the more grime stabs, like bass stabs with it. It's the way he's chopped it up. It's fucking too sick, man. He's so talented, so talented Pharma, man. And his EPs, I always just feel like there's always like a couple gems just on them, like the release. Like there's still what's that tune, Lavish, from his LP that he self-dropped on his Bandcamp as well, which he didn't promo nearly well enough, which is just the fault of so many freaking artists right now, just dropping stuff with like sort of no, what's the word, release plan or something, which, you know, infuriates me only because I freaking, not just Pharma, but I love so many of these artists, man, and just want to see them get all the love and all the flowers that they deserve. But he's smashing it. He's fucking smashing it, and that's why, you know, signing to labels like Locus Sound, and to be honest, he deserves all the fucking love he gets. If you want this one, like I mentioned, peeps, before the tune, then head over to Locus Sound Bandcamp, head over to Pharma's Bandcamp. I'm sure they'll be linked. It's the Swan Talk EP, 4 tracks. Go check out Wait There. Go check out Swan Talk as well, and Back Off, the other 3 tracks. I'm sure pre-orders up. You could probably go grab it right now. You never know. A lot of these as well, I forget to mention sometimes that, you know, if you go pre-order the whole EP, you get one tune now sort of thing. So don't miss out on any of these. If you're here wondering like, oh, shall I just wait until the release date? Because I've said it's in 2 or 3 weeks time. Half time the pre-order's up. So just go copy it while you're here now, while you remember. And then I'm sure like Bandcamp will notify you. You'll get an email when it drops, and you've got all the files. Next up though, here's a track I can't, should I say can't, or I'm not gonna say too much about, other than the artist, track name, and just say look out for more details very, very soon. This one is by Marka San, and the track's called Isosceles. Like massive stomper. This tune is fucking huge. Love this one, and since it's been mastered, I haven't yet had a chance to play it on like a proper system, but I can't wait to. And even if I'm going to go to an event and there's proper system there, you know, even sooner, then maybe me and Todd are playing on one, then I'll just sling it to a DJ or two, or I know playing that night, and hope you know, ask them if they'll play it so I can hear it and feel it. But this track, man, Marka San, want to shout him out because if you're into like footwork, you know, and those kind of sounds, he's just had a new like footwork release on his Bandcamp, I believe. Was it on Bandcamp actually? Not sure, but go ahead over to his socials, double check that he did send it across to me, which is fully sick. Obviously, me and Todd don't play those kind of tunes or feature them on the podcast. But if you are into it, do go check that out. But this one here, this 140 stomper that he's made, yeah, it's fucking sick. This guy is as well. When we went over to Slovenia earlier in the year, he sat on way too many tunes that he hasn't finished and got released. But that's that's most of the Deep End crew, to be fair. I think it's me and Mark were joking the other day. Locus is the only one who's kind of like consistently making and releasing at the moment out of the crew. But hopefully we can encourage the others to start finishing and releasing some bangers, because they're all such a sick crew. Check this one out, Marka San, Isosceles. hot up in this bitch, man. I'm sweating, ran out of water already. Check this section though. All you're gonna get of that one for now, peeps. That's all you're gonna get for now, though. But do keep an eye out. Yeah, keep a lookout on Deep Tempo socials and Mark socials as well. That's all I can say about that one for now. Yeah, give it a couple of weeks or so. I'm sure a couple of weeks, maybe a few weeks, there'll be some more information about that one. Fucking love it, absolute stomper. And yeah, that's it. You know what? I'm just gonna move on before I say something I shouldn't have to, and then shouldn't, and then have to cut it out. But yeah, next up, peeps. New name to the show, is it? I think it's a new name to the show. We have an interesting project here, actually. So the producer, Deft. Definitely not a new name to the show. We've had him on a good few times now, not to be mixed up with another person with Deft in their name who is featured on later on to the show. They just snuck in last minute. But the new artist on here is MC Kruz, Leone. Brand new name to the show, brand new MC to have on the show, which is fucking sick. This track is actually, it's part of a compilation coming out on Ninja Tune Production Music. I think the tune's called Ready and Live, and it's Deft's remix of that tune, and it's coming on Jammer Presents UK Rap Volume 1 Remixes. That's the name of the project. It's obviously coming on Ninja Tune Production Music. So Jammer's put this project together with the label with 7 remixes. I'll give you a shout out of some of the other names and artists that feature on the project. The first one is obviously Kruz Leone, Ready and Live, the Deft remix. You've got track Magic Man. That's got a Tarquin remix that features the vocals of Jams. There's a couple on here from F06, who I forgot actually. I don't know what it was, but I remember F06 linking up with Jammer a long time ago. They were doing like, what was it, like a beat share thing or live stream thing? If F06 is listening at all, or he'll have to remind me, but or comment down below if someone knows. That like, yeah, Jammer discovered him through this thing, like him just like submitting his beats and them listening and him getting hyped because he does make sick grime. But yeah, the track Keep It Calm, that has Rosa, Memblem and F06 on. Memblem's done the remix of, I should say. And then you got Muscle D with Cloak and Wild Sound Collective remix of Out of Order. You've got Andy Robertson's remix of Snakes and Ladders, which features Alicia. Track Walking Dead, which is a Suski remix of F06's tune, which has Kyber on it. And then you also have Gans, not Gantz, but Gans remix of London, which is JP Stack Millis. Hope I've not butchered anything there, but I probably have. But yeah, check this one out. There's also, we have the instrumental of this project as well, which is sick, because who knows, it'll be one definitely going in the bag for this to get set, seeing as though we have Logan on set, obviously ready to spray bars. Hope he's got the stamina, because we're playing 90-minute set as well in Saget's, which I didn't mention, next week. But yeah, check this one out. Deft, Kruz Leone, Ready and Live, coming on Jammer Presents UK Rap Volume 1 Remixes.
Yo. Look, them man are talking like they been muddy. Kruz been cruddy. If you're looking for the top boy, brother, I'm Sully. I ain't gotta worry, I'm right on the money. But that's what they can style me and that's funny. Ha, man laughed to the banquet. Tech man's food like BUKKHA banquet. Wouldn't make statements, look at man's transcripts. Still outside, still trying to make bands flip. Yeah, still trying to get bands in. Them man there, still trying to look rankings. Ready and live, this thing ain't got blanks in. Check a line hide if I lift up this anting. Sick with them guys, all of them man planking. Never been one to take check, I'm on amping. I ain't ramping. If I ever see my barracks, I don't know, should Ross can't thank him. Ready and live. Man know it's ready and live. Anytime I see them, man, it's on site. They just wanna speak like there was some guys, it's live. Ready and live. Man know it's ready and live. Anytime I see them, man, it's on site. Anytime I see them, man, they getting bang. Ready and live. Man know it's ready and live. Anytime I see them, man, it's on site. They just wanna speak like there was some guys, it's live. Ready and live. Man know it's ready and live. Anytime I see them, man, it's on site. Anytime I see them, man, they getting bang. Them man, I shine like their boots been muddy and dirty. These times Kruz been cruddy and dirty. Big slide got mud on my jersey. Rich guys want to see me get work, see foul him. I don't know about this talk they're spouting. Hype things fam, them man are just shouting. Never been seen on an outing. He's on a cloud thing when we get round him. Watch, bet all that shouting stops. If it ain't a £4, but it's all mops. Them man chat to the feds and the cops. Can't come around these spots trying to cock his nuts. If it ever catch me the odds. Still got wipes in the socks and a box. Still on arms like a watch and the chops. Still got hitters on the south side blocks on tops. All I ever need are the drops. Man, I'm gonna end up with names on the tops. Anytime I get a them aim it and pop shit stops. Heavy metal like Slipknot. Cannon on me like I'm trying to get him in shop. Bare pepper like I'm trying to get a wing stop. Them man thought it was that, but fam I think not. We ain't the ones you're gonna mock. We ain't the ones you're gonna mock.
Mad, fucking mad, bro. Kruz, Leone, man, energy, fucking energy, man. That's what we fucking love to see, innit? That's what we love to see. There's so many. I mean, Deft certainly isn't, I would say, like associated and embedded like fully in the dubstep scene, should we say, because his production can take you anywhere. He's so fucking talented. But I mean, just even look at Outlook Festival now, like Snowy, like how many of the grime MCs, like obviously Logan's over there who we're with. I feel like in certain pockets, like in the scene at the moment, like the grime MCs are like slowly, like more and more of them are like hopping more onto stuff that I would say is affiliated or associated or accepted, shall we say, more in the dubstep world than it has been in the recent past. I'm not about like old past, I'm just talking about there's ebbs and flows to this, right? Maybe some of that's the flow down effect. Obviously popping off with Skrillex. There's a whole bunch of artists out there doing more stuff, collaborating more across seas as well and across scenes. We're seeing more of it, we're receiving more of it in the inbox on promos and whatnot. And I just think, I don't know, is it the sign of times? Is this where it's at right now? There's so many young grime fucking artists, producers, MCs and whatnot doing bits as well, man. And big up to everyone doing their thing and building it. Do you know what I mean? I know there's a lot more, let's say, like a raw energy in the grime scene just because of the music being MC led. And there's let's say a little bit more drama in that world. Maybe in the UK, Europe side, because it seems, I don't know, is that just a me thing? But it seems to be that like over in North America, there's a bit more drama in the scene over there as a whole. I'm talking in the online space as well, which is barely real, let's face it. But in the online realms, but certainly in grime, I think it's the natural, like sort of like almost like healthy competitive energy that drives, you know, the kind of like the outcomes of some of these projects, and the energy that's delivered in radio's like, for me, is just like way more listenable with MCs and whatnot in it, like when there's like a vibe in the room. I'm not just talking about when there's like one or two MCs as well. I'm talking about like the posses, the crews, like the gangs that roll with each other, and you know, just past mic. There's a whole bunch of that going on right now. There's a few new projects popping up as well lately. Is it Station 20? Want to shout out the them two boys. Obviously Horacle and Gala up in Birmingham. They're doing sick. You should check out their YouTube channel for sure for like more MC led driven things. They're doing like these duo things. like two MCs going back and forth. That's really awesome at the moment to see. And yeah, I don't know. I want to see more stuff like that, more creative stuff, more people putting stuff out there, more content of a certain level of like quality. Do you know what I mean? Not just random shit that's out there just filling up the feed for no goddamn reason. But here we are trying to promote music, trying to keep it moving and connect with new artists. And I just think, do you know what? I mean, it's not the first time Kruz Leone has like popped up on my radar, been on my timeline because of the other MCs and whatnot I followed. But when you get tunes in, when you connect a little bit more with them, he's going to be one of those now that I think going forward, certainly in 2024, I'm going to keep an eye out and see what else drops on my timeline. Next up, keeping it moving, keeping it rolling, we have another brand new project, brand new label and artist and crew to talk about, which I want to make sure I get right. First time, they're a new crew that reached out via the emails, based in Hong Kong, and they're called SubMurder crew. Just sounds perfect for some reason of a crew coming out. I'm going to read their little blurb on Bandcamp actually, because I mean, that's how they wrote about themselves, so can't be a better way to describe them. But they're exploring a combination of unknown dubstep and science fiction elements, immersing into a unique sort of dubstep and sci-fi stepper experience. That is the realm in which they are dabbling with their music. They're a crew, so this isn't like a solo artist thing. This is obviously a collective of artists who are together, who are working together. This project, Doomsday Dub Alliance, is available now. It's up on their Bandcamp. If you look up SubMurder on Bandcamp, the artists you've got on here, you've got Sean Uni, you've got Jamline, Mad Control, which is like Mad CTRL, Mad Control, and Y5, Alexandria as well. And yeah, that's the 5-track project on here. This one is actually available now. It came more recently in the emails, and obviously we don't have a lot of time for featuring stuff that's already come out, just because of the sheer amount of music we're receiving online. It's literally, like I said, I tell people, and some don't believe it, but it's, you know, it's 400 to 500 tunes a month we're receiving. It's just an insane amount to keep on top of. We literally listen to stuff all day, every day. Well, I am certainly got it on while I'm working at home. Todd usually has to cram it all in every evening when he's back from work. But yeah, I just thought when someone new pops up and something interesting, when we have a chance to, you know, present someone, bring something new to the podcast that's of interest, that's out there, that's something different, then I think it's worthwhile. We're going to play this track by Jamline on it. It's called Invasion Ontology. So Invasion Ontology, this track is called. Just remember, keeping that theme in your mind. It's kind of, some of the tracks on there are a little bit more like ambient. I don't know if they're not all strictly just like straight at 140. I think some of them are playing in that 130 range, but this one is a 140 track. Take you on a little bit of a textual journey. Let's go. Mad. Absolutely fucking mad, man. The textures on that one, like, it's always got bringing them like industrial kind of almost techno-y vibe. Like, you could imagine, like, sound design wise, like all those industrial techno heads, they would fucking love that in a rave. Do you know what I mean? Even if they're not the biggest sort of like 140 kind of like naturally, you know, maybe it's a bit quick for them, maybe it's a bit slow for them, depending on what end of the spectrum they come from musically. But all those heads, man, bringing these sounds to us is needed more. It's needed more, man. I want far more of it. I kind of think maybe it's on a little bit more of a kind of like, yeah, just industrial heavy end, but like this music would sit like a sub basic set if you look at what he's doing with Temple of Sounds and those kind of, you know, non-traditional, just half-timey beats that are out there. But yeah, do go check them all out. I did double check. SubMurder on Instagram is just SubMurder. I can't believe they actually have that at, like, to think, obviously they're a new project, just to think like no one had that as an at on Instagram already kind of amazes me. But go follow them, man. Go run this one up. Yeah, they're at like 489 followers at the moment. Yeah, go run them up. Go check out the full project if you're really into those kind of like more filmic, atmospheric tunes. There's ones that are maybe great for an intro or a little breakdown within a mix to just kind of like rebuild it and bring it back up or end on. Then I think these, you know, this label and this crew could be the ones to look out for those kind of vibes going forward. Next up, talk about switch ups, man. This one, you might have seen it on the socials already, but it's one of those, gotta cover it for our brother Slimzy. Mad. Absolutely fucking mad. The reaction to this one online is warranted. Absolutely huge couple tunes, this one. But I think of the two, you've got Acceptance on one side and you've got Pulse on the other. It's forthcoming on Slimzos Records, of course. It's like, it's on the Dubplate series, so the vinyl, you need to go to like Slimzos Bandcamp. And the tracks are by a chap named Kyber, who I believe is New Zealand based. Absolutely nutty, man. Check this one out. It's called Pulse. You need to, all the vinyl orders are on pre-order, so you need to go. This is how the like Dubplate cuts work with Slimzos. It's going to be cut to, it's a red vinyl, I believe, as well. Coloured red vinyl. And yeah, check this one out. Pulse. Fucking hell, man. Ooh, that tune, bro. Slimzos knows how to pick them, don't he? He gets them. I mean, he gets them because he's a fucking don. It's an absolute don. I want to shout out all to the fan back home, man, to the Birmingham crew. If you are about, I believe, yeah, I can't remember what the date of it or anything, but he's going to be playing at that Cafe Artem, which I've never been to. But I mean, it opened whilst I haven't lived in Brum. So, yeah, keep a lookout for that. Obviously, I think, do you know what, Slimzy, he's also going to be at the Rinse 30-year anniversary at Drum Sheds as well, which has a massive lineup, which I think the streets are headlining. But yeah, there's a whole bunch of that. Slimzy's a fucking dumb man. Everyone rates him, man. Everyone loves Slimzy. You meet Slimzy because he's such a down to earth and fucking real geezer. But I did mention before the tune dropped that to head over to Slimzos Bandcamp. Don't do that because that was completely wrong. Go over to slimzosrecordings.com. Head over to the website. slimzosrecordings.com. That's where you need to go to pre-order the 10-inch vinyl. It's 10-inch red, pulse and acceptance on either side. You get the WAVs with the plate, and that's the way the plate cutting works with these ones. So it's only open up for a limited amount of time. Do go up, make sure you head over there and order it before that is no longer available. Shout out Kyber, man, absolutely smashing it. Do you know what, I should have actually double checked and got your socials up to show. It's the first time on the show as well for Kyber. It probably is, you know. I think it is like Kyber NZ, which is what, yeah, Kyber.nz to go find him on the Instagram. Yeah, go run up his socials, go give him a follow. Yeah, absolutely mad one. I mean, you can picture Slimzos cutting that with all his fucking dub plates he's got, man, giving that one the chop. But next up, we've got a few more releases to get through here, man. My playlist is just not in order of what I've got in my notes, so this is why I'm jumping about searching for stuff. But next up, we have a tune from ColtCuts, which I've typed completely wrong here in Recordbox. Yeah, ColtCuts, man. This is a 4-track EP. It's called the Antidote EP. It's coming on Duploc. It's out on the 7th of August. Actually, I think Pavan did tell me about this project. Probably already had the tunes because we had it a while. I always forget Duploc sends us a lot of the DJ promos and we just have stuff stacked. But obviously when Wraz was over here a little while back, got to link up with Pavan for the first time. I hadn't actually met him in person. At studios over in Dalston, because he's working on some tunes with Wraz in the studio, and actually Snowy came down for that as well, which I do have some photos and some video clips of. So those tunes that got made, you might have heard them, if you're over there. Big up anyone who's been to, what is it, Shambhala Fest as well, has just happened, or Shambhala, however you want to say it. Yeah, Wraz was playing there as well. You probably heard these fresh tunes that these dub plates he's got with Snowy and new ones with Pavan. So yeah, hopefully when something happens with those tunes, I'll probably be dropping those clips and photos here on the podcast and maybe via the zine and whatnot. We'll see what happens. But this 4-track EP, ColtCuts, is written for Duploc. Yeah, the Antidote EP, you got the A-track Antidote, that's with Pavan's lyrics. We're going to play that one for you as I think it's the single from the project as well. You got 4 other tracks. I think 2 of them you can go and preview on Duploc's Bandcamp. That was hours ago. I was looking at this one, but I think it's Madhouse and Menace that you can go and preview, and Real Talk is one that's not quite out there, but is maybe gonna pop up on Duploc's YouTube channel and whatnot. Keep a lookout, maybe be premiered elsewhere or on the socials. But yeah, check this one out, Antidote by ColtCuts and Pavan.
Then OP got the Midas touch. Arms out probably still nice hit up. Then OP got the Midas touch. Arms out probably still nice hit up. Then OP got the Midas touch. Arms out probably still nice hit up. Then OP got the Midas touch. Listen, yo. Then OP got the Midas touch. Arms out probably still nice hit up. I ain't gon' try at the mind and us. She came out big but your timing's up. What you gonna do now? Wind this up. Win some, lose some, life is such. I came in the team with the full intention. No intervention, gon' tie me up. Permeation, permanent, no permutation. Preconceived, premeditation. Premonitions and penetration. Can't fuck with the intonation, man. The international, know your station.
What compensation?
Make no mistake, it's open game, you got no ovation. Then OP got the Midas touch. Arms out probably still nice hit up. Then OP got the Midas touch. Arms out probably still nice hit up. Then OP got the Midas touch. Arms out probably still nice hit up. Then OP got the Midas touch. Arms out probably still nice hit up. I see you standing about, trying to put someone else food in your mouth. I can't lie, man, I find it strange. Fully grown men on a chase for the clout. These men are just standing about, trying to put someone else food in their mouth. I can't lie, man, I find it strange.
Fully grown men on the chase for the clout.
Listen. Big up PAV4N, man. Absolutely fucking bad boy with the vocal on that one, of course. Shout out ColtCuts as well, man. I'll just quickly, if you're watching the video for the podcast, you would have seen me holding up an Instagram story on my phone there of some geezer with his head in the speaker. I don't think that was Colt himself. I don't think he would do something that silly. Seeing as though he's a producer and needs to protect his hearing. I'm guessing it's while he was DJing and someone's. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, it's while he's DJing. I didn't even catch you're up there above the speaker. And some geezer's got his head in the fucking bins, of course. But yeah, I realised that you were at Shambhala as well. I seen a story as well talking to PAV4N of wheeling up one of Wraz's dub plates that we know of and have seen him play, that he loves as well. I don't know if he laid any lyrics down for that particular tune, but maybe they have done whilst he's, or they're going to be working on it while he's there in Canada. But yeah, I seen PAV4N, like, he's kind of on the mic. He's like, yo, what the fuck? And he reaches over and wheels up Wraz's track. It's always funny. You can always tell there's like forced wheel ups that are from like an MC or someone in the crowd or like another DJ behind the decks, because it's just never as clean as like the DJ just doing it themselves if they've been asked to, sort of thing. It's just one of those demands, and it's one of those like choppy wheels. But who knows? Few of them every now and again, creates the vibes. There's nothing wrong with the odd wheel here and there. I know that like y'all over in sort of the North America scene, shall we say, aren't as partial to a wheel up, let's say, as much as say we are here in the UK, probably just because of how what's the word, like just normalized it is here as part of the culture, like there's nothing else to say other than it is part of the culture, and when we demand it, some tunes get wheeled up 3 times. That's just how it happens. I've never been a free wheeler up, a wanting to hear free wheels, but that's just what happens, man. Sometimes if the tune requires it, if the energy is that mad, then it happens. And I mean, sometimes we have wheel ups just because, D-Double does his ad-lib. Everyone's seen that clip, surely, man. And that's sometimes moments just require that level of response. So shout out Colt, man. Shout out PAV4N. Next up, we actually are touching down with the brother Wraz, keeping it with the Canadian boys. This one's a free tracker. As Todd would take the piss out of me for, if you remember that episode. Yeah, this one, 3 tracks. I think the A track's called Maths. I don't actually have it in the playlist here for some reason. And then there's 2 tracks called, you've got In the Gutter and you've got this one called Destructive. This is forthcoming Wheel and Deal. I actually can't remember the exact date of this one. But, it's the next Wheel and Deal. check down in the comments down below. You know how to go follow N-Type, keep on top of it, like on track of N-Type, Wheeling Deals socials and whatnot. Shout out to N-Type and Wheeling Deals celebrating 15 years of the label this year. Look like they had a sick time at Outlook this year as well. And I think he's got more shows planned here and there around the UK. So keep a lookout. This one, Destructive by Wraz. Do you know what? While that was playing, I couldn't help but think, do you know what? I'd love to hear Snowy on that beat, you know? Talking about Wraz and Snowy and Pavan being in the studio together. I think that's just one of those tunes that I could picture Snowy just tear it on, man. And not even just going all mad as well, just with like time and space. He's got enough cadences you can pull off. Snowy, man, he's fucking sick, and he's got a new project as well that's just dropped actually. That go and check out. Make sure you go pop up on Snowy's fucking socials. I forgot to pester him for that because we were talking about it. He did actually send me, not to download, but he was sending me SoundCloud clips asking me about these projects and these beats. So we need to link up on that one actually. But yeah, he looked like he fucking smashed it in Outlook as well. But yeah, shout out Wraz. Keep a lookout for that one. Go follow Wraz. Go follow Wheeling Deal for the release date on that one. Last but not least, people, coming in about 25-30 minutes before I was about to press record, is this one on Foto Sounds, and this one not by Deft. The Deft, shall we say, the Deft that we know over here on this side of the pond, but this one by Deft Design. And this is called the Fragments EP. I will get the date for you and all of that after I play the tune, but the 4 tracks, you've got Fragments, you've got Desire, you've got Outside Noise, and you've got Always Enough. I was nearly tempted when I had a quick peek at it to play Desire, but I just thought, you know what, I'm going to play Fragments. That's the only reason this track's last in this podcast, to be honest, because it came in so last minute, just in time. So well done to Canaman and keep getting this one in, bro. But yeah, check this one out. Fragments, yeah, by Deft Design. There you go, people. There you go. Is it 12? Was that 12 tunes for you? I think it was. Maybe it was 11. I don't really know. But I'm just, you know what? I'm glad I got through it, you know. Solo business, man. Solo business. Missing Cutter well and truly. And I'm sure y'all are as well. But Deft Design, that one on Foto Sounds, is coming out on Bandcamp on the 16th of August, yeah. But the official release you get elsewhere on the 23rd of August. So if you want it nice and early, head over to Foto Sounds Bandcamp on the 16th of August, or check it out before. There may be a pre-order date up for it now. And go check out the other tracks. That other one, like I said, Desire, was almost tempted to play that one, but I literally had a 5 to 10 second flick of like the beat, and dropped it into the playlist just in time to feature it. But that's the show, peeps. That is the show. Let me know what you think. Quite a short one, I know. It might be under 1 hour 30. I mean, I'm here on 135 on Record Box, but I'm not even sure I got recording straight away. Sometimes I'm pressing it and doing a clap to sync the camera and whatnot before. And yeah, I might have been thinking too much about what I was going to say at the start. Doing it all by myself, I was like, how do I intro it? I've got to change it. But yes, proper looking forward to NLDC next week. Proper looking forward to Sigets Festival on Thursday as well. Yeah, busy start to August for us, but I hope everyone else is well. I hope you're doing well, everyone who's tuned in. If you're not, then I hope this little escapism, this hour and a half of music and chat has been a nice little escape for you, because that is what me and Cuts have been doing with this podcast for the last 5 years, is just not worry about a thing outside of it and just listen to some tunes and chat shit and waffle back and forth. So haven't had him to waffle to today, but I've had you lot to commit, keep the music coming. We try and show up for you, regardless of what's going on, whether it's just one of us or both of us. It's bad if one of us ain't here, basically, or it was not possible, because we love it, and we enjoy the escapism from life sometimes, just work and all the other boring stuff you have to do to survive. But yeah, here we are. I have got an outro tune for you. It's not a free download or anything, though. Do you know what? Whilst I'm talking about that, one has popped in my head. Biddle. Go check out Biddle. That's Bidl. Do you know what? I think he actually... Did he send us, or did you just mention it? I think he messaged saying that he released a free download for his birthday. So go check out that tune, because he's fucking sick. I'm just realizing there's so many DMs I need to catch up with. If you haven't heard from me personally, waiting for messages or emails back, it's tough. It's really tough with the amount we're receiving at the moment. Obviously, I'm holding it down. But this outro is by BUKKHA and The Operation Drop, and it features Logan. And did this come out on Infernal Sounds, was it? Do you know what? It's just with Siget being next weekend. I just had a quick look. I just typed Logan in my playlist and had a look. I was like, oh, do you know what? I haven't listened to this tune for a while. It's the Play With Them tune, like I said, with BUKKHA and The Operation Drops production. Proper excited to host a set with Logan on the mic. Record Box was freaking out loading that track then, I'd be worried. But let's play this track. We're going to outro to it. Patreon, subscribe, like, all of that stuff, yeah. And let us know what your favorite tune is of the show. We'll catch you in 3 or 4 weeks time. Next podcast will probably be some sort of dub special. I think for Cutter's return, we're just gonna empty the bag. We're gonna get loads of dubs on the show. We'll put out the request to the artists. Is there anything they want to share? Does anyone want to come on the podcast? Does anyone want to record little chats? What they're doing? Share some projects. Do something. Let's make some fresh content. Yeah. But check this one out, and I'll catch you in 4 weeks time. That wasn't too awkward, was it? Solo business. See ya.
With a somewhere. When I come through, some boy get shared. When I come through, some boy get shared. Man, when you talk, I'll get caught as well. But said when I come through, some boy get shared.
When I play with them, when we come through, some boys get shell. When I play with them, man, they talk will get on as well. When I play with them, when we come through, some boys get shell. When we come through, some boys get shell. When we come through, some boys get shell. When I play with them, when we come through, some boys get shell. When I play with them, man, they talk will get on as well. When I play with them, when we come through, some boys get shell. When we come through, some boys get shell. When we come through, some boys get shell. Them answer who the father. Tell them say me never take no order. Them I thought them I love Hans question. What them I go on I never know the answer. When I play with them, move up for me and rise up me arms. You ain't the one me I got draw for me Bushmaster. Serious thing round here, no laughter. Soundboy comfy, what them I get lent. Soundboy comfy, what them I get lent. Soundboy comfy, what them I get shell. Soundboy comfy, what them I get lent. Soundboy comfy, what them I get lent. Soundboy comfy, what them I get shell. When I play with them, when we come through, some boys get shell. When I play with them, man, they talk will get on as well. When I play with them, when we come through, some boys get shell. When we come through, some boys get shell. When we come through, some boys get shell. When I play with them, when we come through, some boys get shell. When I play with them, man, they talk will get on as well. When I play with them, when we come through, some boys get shell. When we come through, some boys get shell. When we come through, some boys get shell. In a sound clash, everything dead. Now when I play with them, they must really love lead. Love lead in them head. When I play with them, watch them look at the beats and white sweat. Them a talk hard now, them a fret. Somebody please tell me I want to them. Them a still get shell, me the business head sick, not good, not well. Made enough of them run from war. Trust me, lie them a tell. Why them a go on like the Eddie Dan Gargans? Why them a go on like say them a the fathers? When I play with them, when me come through Henny's and why get shell. When I play with them,